Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie, and today I'm doing a reading vlog with my May TBR, and we'll just see how far into my May TBR I make it this week. If you saw my last video, you'll see that my May TBR only has 3 books on it. But I started my first book for the month last night, which was Beach Read by Emily Henry, and I received this book when I ordered my April Book of the Month Club box, and I've been really excited to read it since I got it in. So, yeah, I'm really excited to get into this book. I'm hoping it's really good. I'm about 9 chapters in so far. So, I've gotten, a little bit of January, the main character's backstory. So, she's a romance author. She says she doesn't, her books aren't technically classified as, just romance. They're classified as women's fiction. But she said that there's, a lot of, happy endings, romance type stuff. But in the past year of her life, just a lot's changed and she's having trouble with the happy endings and stuff. So she is trying to, I guess, move on. She's trying to write another book because apparently she needs to get one written soon because she promised her agent, who promised her publisher. So they've got to get that book written. But she's having trouble with it. And so she ends up inheriting this beach house from her dad that after he passed in the past year. And that she didn't even know he had because that goes inside the things she didn't know about her family. And she's at the beach house. She runs into an old rival from college, and she's the worst part is she doesn't even know if he knew they were rivals. But well, they run to each other. It takes them a day to actually realize to each other that it's them, because the whole first day they somehow conveniently never see each other. She yells something about a foot job off her porch when she's on the phone with a friend, and his back is turned so they don't see each other. And then that evening he ends up having a party, and they both end up on their own back porches because they're kind of neighbors on the at their beach houses right now. And she complains about the music being too loud, but they don't see each other. And then the next day at a bookstore in the town they're in, they run into each other, and they both get invited to this book club where they both think that the book club will be reading their books. And they find out that they're not. And then after they leave the book club, Gus drives January home because she's drank a little too much. She says she's not drunk, but she's drank too much to drive. So he takes her home, and whenever they get home, they come up with a bet where whoever, they're going to switch genres, because apparently he's having writer's block too. And he writes, I guess, more serious books than January does. So January is going to try to write a more serious book, and he's going to try to write a more romantic book, and whoever publishes their book first gets bragging rights, and apparently the loser has to endorse the winner's book and stuff like that. So it's really interesting. I'm excited to see how it goes. I'm excited to keep reading. Rowan is taking a morning nap. He woke up about over an hour earlier than he normally does, so he was a little extra sleepy and a little extra fussy. So while he's napping, I'm going to go read. And I will try to catch up with you guys at some point later today and let you know more about what I'm thinking so far. Okay, bye. Hi, it's a couple hours later, and Rowan's had his first nap. He played for a couple hours, and it sounds like he's finishing his second nap. I can hear him over the monitor stirring, so I just wanted to hop on real quick. So during his first nap, I read a bunch. I got several more chapters into the book. The 2 main characters have already kissed, and I guess started January, you can tell, is definitely I don't know if openly, but she's definitely interested in Gus, and I think she's having mixed feelings because he at times doesn't seem as into it as she is, in just different ways. He's not as open with her, or he hasn't been as open with her. And so yeah, I don't know how to explain it very well, and I'm still working on how I talk about books in a way that's coherent but not spoilery. So I'm sorry, but I'm enjoying this book so far. I'm hoping that I'll get to read some more tonight when Rowan goes to bed. And I'm kind of hoping I'll be able to finish this tomorrow too, potentially, because I'm a little over halfway through now. And like I said, it's a really good book. I'm having a lot of fun reading it. I'm just still trying to figure out how to explain the book the best. But yeah, I'll catch up with you guys eventually. Bye. Hi guys, so I finished Beach Read last night. And I didn't mean to read it as quickly as I did, but it was so good. I enjoyed it so much. At every point yesterday, whenever I wasn't reading it, I was thinking about it to where the point, like, every time I got a chance to read, I read. For example, like, Rowan normally only takes one nap right after lunchtime, but he took two yesterday, one in the morning and one in the afternoon, because he woke up earlier than normal and he kept throwing fits because so I just assumed he needed a nap. So he took like 2 short naps, and during both those naps I read. I kind of like put off laundry and stuff I needed to do to read, so I probably won't get to do that again today. But yeah, and then after his bath last night, after he had his bottle and he laid down, I read until I finished the book, and it was so good. I enjoyed it so much. I got a little scared though. With about 40 pages left in the book, I was a little bit nervous. Like, this may be spoilers. I'm just gonna mention a name. So if you know this name, I'm sorry. I'll try to put a little thing in the bottom. But towards the end, whenever like someone important who was in the past important to Gus came back, I was afraid that January was going to end up being Gus's Sonya, if that makes sense. So, like, it'll make sense. I think if you've read it, it'll make sense. But yeah, I got a little worried there, but the ending was so good. I was so happy with the ending. I was so happy with the characters. And it was like a quick, light read. There were a few moments in the book that were a little bit darker. Like, they go visit a cult that had burned down. And that was sad and that was heavy. And parts of Gus's past were kind of sad and heavy. But overall, the actual story of the book was really light and easy and happy and like a good, fun read. And I think I liked the pacing of like how January and Gus fell for each other. And like I don't think they fell too fast. And I like that it wasn't just like, it didn't seem super like they were, I don't know how to describe it, but like it seemed to work well. I liked the pacing. And I liked both characters. I loved their banter and the way they talked. It was always fun to read. And then also just every character who had like a spot in the book just about was likable and interesting. Like even what's her name? January's best friend. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right. It's spelled Shadi. In my head, I've been pronouncing it Shadi, but I don't know if it'd be pronounced Shady or should I don't know, like if I'm pronouncing it correctly. So if you know how to pronounce her name, please correct me below. But she didn't really ever actually wasn't ever actually really in the story until the very end. But like just even her text messages and stuff with January, like I knew she was gonna be an awesome character. Like she was really likable and I really liked her. And then also Pete and Maggie, they were great. I liked them. I loved their personalities. And then just like everyone essentially who had like a part in the book was likable. Like most of the people who weren't particularly likable, like they weren't really mentioned. They're gone, or like they were in like less than like 5 pages of the book personally. They were mentioned more often, but they were in like less than 5 pages of the book personally. So I ended up rating Beach Read 4 stars. I don't know why. My rating system isn't like anything like with a score, like I don't know how to describe it. It's just how I feel about it. And I feel like that was definitely a 4-star read for me, but it's one that I could see myself reading again like in a few months or a year or two. Like it's something that I just like, I like the characters. I want to reread it to see what I missed the first time. But yeah. And then last night I went ahead and started Emergency Contact at about midnight. I tried to, hi, let me hold you. Anyways, I went ahead and started Emergency Contact at about midnight last night. I started that late because I couldn't sleep. I don't know why. I think I had too much caffeine on top of, I checked Facebook kind of late, and everyone that I know is still sharing stuff about the coronavirus. So I kind of made myself too anxious to sleep. And so I read the first 2 chapters of Emergency Contact. So I will update you guys more on that book as I'm reading it. But that's all I have to say for now, and I will talk to you guys later. I just ran to the dollar store to get hamburger buns and juice, but they were out of hamburger buns, so I left with juice and a kiddie pool. So yeah, I also ran by the mailbox and got my Book of the Month Club for May. I'll show that to you in just a minute. But I was just gonna tell you that yesterday I did not read at all. But during Rowan's nap time, I managed to get a little over 120 pages into Emergency Contact, and I've got to say I'm impressed so far. I don't know why, but I guess the way I understood the synopsis, like on the inside cover of the book, I just assumed that like Penny and Sam would just bump into each other and somehow exchange information and become each other's emergency contacts. But I like that they met first, and then at a later date is like whenever they become emergency contacts. Like Sam is kind of having a panic attack, I guess, with everything that's going on in his life, and Penny just happens to run across him and they exchange information. And I like how it's going so far. I really don't have much to say other than that at the moment, mostly because I don't really know, well, I can say without being too spoilery. I will say that I don't know, something about like the way Penny talks about her mom bothers me, just the way she complains about her, which I know that we're not that far in the book yet, so she's probably got like a super valid reason, because I could see like why in some ways is like her mom seems like she was super pushy with trying to make Penny be like a popular kid kind of in some ways. But I don't know, like just at times it seems like Penny's almost too harsh on her mom. I can kind of see Sam being a little bit more tough on his mom, just based off like the little bit of information he's given about her. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna show you how my book of the month club for May real quick, because I'm kind of excited. I wiped it down with the Clorox wipe that I keep in the car for like when we have to go get stuff. But this month I ordered like You're Happy and You Know It. I'll pull it out real quick. Oh yeah, I like the bookmarks that comes with it. I know they're just plain and like, I mean, I think the quote might change every month, but I like them. I don't know if I got one in my last box or if I lost it, but I definitely lost the one I got in my first box. But this is the book I picked for my May Book of the Month Club pick. So yeah, I'll talk. Hey, so I finished Emergency Contact about an hour ago, and Rowan and I just got in from playing outside in our little dollar store pool. But I just want to hop on real quick and let you know my final thoughts on the book. I rated it 4 stars on Goodreads. It was really good. The ending, I was different than how I was expecting it to go. Like, I just kind of expected everyone just to part ways at the end, but they didn't, which was awesome. And the main things I liked about the book was just how Penny develops as a person. I don't know why that's just so big to me, but it is. I like how, because at the beginning of the book, she kind of has an I'm not like the other girls vibe. And that's fine if you're not, but I didn't like it. But so I like how she developed, and like I guess Jude more or less pushed their friendship on her, but I think it worked out for Penny's favor. And at the end of by the end of the book, Penny was friends, and she was friends with Jude, who was her college roommate, and Jude's best friend Mallory. And she also seemed to be like developing more than friendship with Sam as well. Like, so the book, it definitely seems like they're ending together, but like it doesn't explicitly say like they're together. But anyways though, it's really good. I really liked it. Sam, I like that things worked out with his ex-girlfriend. Like just kind of like, it's sad what happened, but also it's probably for the best. And so like I'm glad they kind of got rid of each other. And I'm glad too that at the end of their relationship, or like her time in the book, he tells her, no, go away, I'm done with you. And so like just Sam was I like Sam, he's really sweet. He obviously has made some mistakes, but he's a really sweet character overall, I think. But yeah, I really like the story. I enjoyed it a lot. I would probably reread it again in the future, so hence the 4-star rating. But I'll talk to you guys whenever I start my next book. I'm probably going to start The Fault in Our Stars, and with any luck, we will finish my May TBR in a week. So I'm obviously out of my reading slump. Hey, so I'm in bed with like some Chips-Ahoy cookies, and I'm about to continue reading The Fault in Our Stars. I started it earlier today, and I don't really have anything to say about the book itself, because so far I'm just getting a lot of nostalgia from the reread, and I'm really enjoying it. But also I'm kind of cringing over some stuff, and I'm about to show y'all some, like, kind of why I'm cringing a little bit, because like this book was super nostalgic for me. It was one of my favorites, and I think 2013, because the book was published in 2012, and like I don't think I got to 2013, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. But yeah, it's kind of fun. I'm having a lot of fun rereading it, and I'm fully hoping that I'll cry my eyes out at the end. But let me show you guys exactly what it is about my particular copy of The Fault in Our Stars that has me cringing just a little bit. Alright, so my copy, I lost my dust jacket a while ago. I think I lost it before I went to college. But anyways, so it's The Fault in Our Stars. I made it this far today, so not very far. If you want to know how far I got, Monica just broke up with Isaac, and Isaac's been crying his eyes out at Gus. But anyways, when you first open the book, you see to Jesse, I love you, love Chris, which Chris had his mom write that because that is not Chris's handwriting. Chris and I have been together since 2012, so I'm pretty sure I got this book in 2013 because it was published in 2012, I believe. But the reason I think I got it is because in 2013 is because Chris and I didn't tell each other we love you until October of 2012, and I didn't get this book till summertime. So yeah, just heads up on that. But also just this book, the way I treated it, my little wannabe emo self in high school, kind of pretentious. It's awful. Sorry, I'm going so slow. But I highlighted the most random stuff. Like, you see the way it's broken up? Like, I was trying to write a damn English paper. Like, I was gonna write a literary analysis somehow over this book, just like with the way I've highlighted some stuff, like the way I broke up the highlights. Or like, depression is a side effect of dying. Cancer is also a side effect of dying. Almost everything is really. Guys, I'm cringing so hard, but I'm having so much fun. Or like, waiting, as we all do, for the sword of Damocles to give him the relief. But no, so I'm a little cringing, but I'm having so much fun rereading this book. But yeah, I just wanted to like check in and tell y'all about that. But I will keep reading. I will let you guys know how the reread is going sometime tomorrow. And if I finish this book before Friday, I will have finished my whole May TBR in a week. And I will probably be officially out of my reading slump. Alright, hey guys, it's been a few days since I last checked in. But it's Saturday now, and I finished rereading The Fault in Our Stars on Thursday. I don't really have a lot to say. I didn't change my rating on it just because, I don't know, I like my ratings to be like on the first impression that I read a book, unless it's one that, you know, that I forgot I read and I never added to Goodreads or something. So I left it at 5 stars, which is why I rated it when I first read it in high school. And I will say that one of the biggest winners in this book was like all the nostalgia. And I also cried again in this time. I was worried, not that I don't think I want to cry, but like I was hoping it'd still move me to make me cry in the same way it did in high school. And so like I really enjoyed my reread of it, and I still love this book. It's still one of my favorites, but I think that's more for the nostalgia factors, because overall, like, I still love the book. I kind of thought like this time around, I guess reading as an adult, Gus isn't a bad guy, but he's a teenager still, but he's like so focused on I guess leaving behind a legacy that at times he seems to take for granted, you know, how much Hazel and his parents and like people in his life actually love him. So that kind of stuck out to me more so this time than it has any other time that I've read The Fault in Our Stars. But I still really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun rereading it. I reread it in about a day. Like, I think I started it Wednesday and then finished it on Thursday. And then, like, I know I showed y'all my last clip, like me flipping through the first few pages and all the little highlights and like stuff I had. But yeah, they stopped around a little under halfway through the book. So I don't know if I just got a little bit more into the story or what last time I read it and did the highlighting, but I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed my reread of it, and I kind of want to do more rereads lately. Like, just like there's so many books, and I just keep thinking I want to reread. Like Twilight, I've been wanting to reread them for a little while now, but especially since Stephanie Meyer released like the cover art and release date for I can't remember the name of it, but her next book that's like from Edward's point of view. I don't know if I want to read that particular book or not yet, but it has got me even more interested in rereading Twilight. But yeah, anyways though, I will talk to you guys later, or not later, I'll talk to you guys like next week. But yeah, that's the end of this reading vlog. I did a pretty good bit of reading. I finished my small TBR in a week, so I'm reading more books now, and I'm just gonna keep going because I'm on a roll and I want to keep it up. But that's it for this week's video, and thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.